Okay guys, so yes, welcome back to the channel. As you already know, it's Director Vim here, and I'm back once again. I'm back like I never left. Yes guys, so I mean, if you guys do remember, my last video was more like saying goodbye to you guys. It was more like closing down the channel. I mean, a lot of people were calling me. I received a lot of messages. Hey, are you closing down the channel, so you're no longer doing videos? Hey, it was a whole lot. But no, the devil is a liar. I'm back guys. So yeah man, there was some issue that were currently going on with office work and all that, and it's still going on. I mean, these things never end, man. But today I'm here to explain everything why I actually posted that type of video, and what was the reason. I mean, the reason behind that video and all that. So apparently there was some issue. I mean, you guys do know that besides YouTube and media stuff, I also work in the office. So there were some issues going on. I was told to come work in the office. I mean, you guys do know that due to the lockdown, we were working from home and all that. So yeah, I mean, most people still don't know that I work in the office. So if you don't know, yes, I was working for Hellopaisa. I mean, I'm no longer there, so I was past tense. So yeah, I think I left on Monday, the same day that I uploaded that video. That was the day that I quit that job. I had a feeling it was gonna happen, and you know, when you have such feeling, man, I mean, it doesn't lie. These are legit feelings, man. So finally it came to pass, and yeah. So I was called to come to the office. You guys saw my previous video. If you didn't check it out, when I was dropping the system, and yes, I was asked to come work in the office, which I didn't hesitate. I said it's okay. But before that, before the coming to the office and all that, check this out. Lights out, lying in your arms, and these feelings start to change. One look into your eyes, and I'm floating far away. I've never been here before. I don't know the score, but I never wanted you more than I do tonight. Escape with me. Will you escape with me? And we'll start brand new.
We have Abdul and we have Tosif.
No problem. How are you guys?
Oh, good.
Great, thanks. Bismarck, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
I'm okay, thanks. So Bismarck, I don't know if you are aware, but just to basically give you a brief. So this is basically an inquiry meeting, and the purpose of an inquiry meeting is to basically understand. So it firstly means that there's something that was reported to HR, there's a misconduct that's reported, or it's poor performance that's reported to HR. And as an HR department, we do not just take what's reported as it is. We then give the employee the opportunity to also hear their side of the story. And basically, that's the context of the purpose of this meeting. It is to just basically understand what are those concerns that are so important that have been escalated to HR by a management team. So they have to tell us what it is that has led to them reporting to HR. That's the first thing. And they need to give us the detail on what happened, how it happened, when it happened, how often it has happened. They then have to provide evidence if they do have evidence. I will then give you the opportunity to respond to whatever it is that they are saying.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Bismarck?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and you do understand you are comfortable with us proceeding in English, right?
No problem with it. It's fine.
Bismarck?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, now your line was a bit bad. I was saying you are comfortable, you don't have any questions before you proceed, and you are comfortable with us proceeding in English.
Yes, it's fine. We can proceed.
No problem. I don't know who must start, Abdul or Tosit?
Tosi.
Okay.
How you guys? Everyone good?
Hi, Tosin. Good, thanks.
Okay, so I spoke to Bismarck on the 27th of last month regarding the calls that he was making was too little, and obviously he was working on that particular day, and I even sent him the calls. He did not make any calls between between 9 to 10, and we had a lot of CM link numbers requested from the field agents. So I advised him to come to the office because clearly I could see that he was not working from home. It has been going on like that for quite a while now. And so I asked him to come to the office on the 27th. I did not get any feedback. So the next day I was not working, I was off, so I sent a screenshot to Abdul and said to him that he should follow up with him if he comes to the office or not. So I think Abdul did also ask him to come to the office.
Okay, and you said you asked him on the 27th of April?
April, yes.
Okay, so on the 27th of April, you asked him to come to the office. But before you asked him to come to the office, how long was this going on for? What's the normal call rate that he should be doing as per maybe his teams or the target set versus him? How many months or how many years or like how long has this been going on?
So, like I'm saying, I think it was a public holiday, a Tuesday, I think, so the 27th, yeah. So on a Tuesday, we obviously work from 8 to 2 o'clock with a half an hour's lunch break. So we expect at least between 50 to 60 calls in the day.
Is this on a public holiday or any other day?
On the other day, we require the agents to make between 80, 70. But obviously that has to do with the requests that are coming into the CM and also the talk time and stuff. So it's like a few things that come into play also. So you can have like a higher talk time with less calls. That means that you have been spending more time speaking to customers. Or you could make maybe 10 calls and have a talk time of only 10 minutes for the whole day, which means that you're only spending 10 minutes talking to customers. So it's like a bit like flexible. So that's what I requested him, and we had quite a few link number requests coming in from the field. So the agents were like obviously getting irritated and stuff like that. So.
And how many calls did he make?
The specific time I sent him the message at 11 o'clock. At 11:05, he's made 7 calls in the first hour. That is from 8 to 9. Between 9 to 10 there was no calls, 0 calls, and between 10 to 11 there was 4 calls.
Just to recap, sorry, just go back. You said 0 calls from 11 to 12, right?
No, 0 calls from 9 to 10.
Oh, okay. 0 calls from 9 to 10.
And 10
and you said before that, 8 to 9?
8 to 9, there were 7 calls.
Okay. And after that, you said 4 calls for which time frame?
From 10 to 11.
Okay, and after that?
That was when I sent him the screenshot at 11 o'clock. That's when I spoke to him to say that there's a lot of CM chats and stuff like that. And And then he still told me that did I check the other guy's call records and stuff like that, which he had. There were two of them working on CM on that particular day. So then he's asking me to check the other guy's stuff. I mean, the other guy's calls and stuff. And I sent him the other guy's calls also.
Who's the other guy and what was his name?
Safe in that between 8 to 11 made
Safe.
7, Safe Rashid, so that is 5 and 1 is 6, and 9 is, I don't know, my maths is very weak. 10, 17, 22 calls.
22 calls overall or during 1 hour?
During that period before I spoke to him, that was from 8 to 11.
So between 8 to 11, he had made 22 calls.
Yeah.
Okay. 22 calls. Okay. Not a problem. And after you spoke to him?
No, so then it was like via chat. So after that, I just left it. I got busy with my work also for that day.
But how did he perform? Do you have those stats after that? If he improved or not?
After that, I didn't pull out any stats, but I can pull it out if you give me a minute or two.
No problem. Abdul, do you want to add anything before I hand over to Bismarck while Tosif searches or rather pulls that report?
Yeah, so basically, I sent Bismarck a message, right? And told him, look, you need to report to the office. Did Tosif speak to you? He said, yeah, I think. Right? So I told him to report to the office. He ignores the instruction. He doesn't pitch up. Then I sent Bismarck a message last week again. Okay? I said, you will report to officer first on the 29th. I told him morning. Did Tosif tell you to report to the office? I think he said on Monday or so. So he acknowledges Tosif spoke to him, but he doesn't acknowledge it. So I asked him, why you never come to the office? He responds, no transportation. So I told him you will report to the office this Monday as you are getting paid. This is a fair request as your contract states the office, that's where you're supposed to work. But you're not listening to Tosif's instruction, this is a warning. I told him I'll see you at the office on Monday, bring the PC with total ignoring of instruction. And there's a mindset where with COVID, there's not the company's ruling to put you at home, but rather it's a privilege for you to work from home. Okay? And you'll bear witness that I had the same issue with performance for Nazmul last year, where we brought him to the office. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
And you change all of a sudden. I had Zaga with the same behavior. He came to the office. I had Azim with the same behavior. He came to the office. Niklas was having issues with the internet. He came to the office. So it's not where I'm picking on a person or an agent. It's about being fair and end of the day, getting back to the customer. So, I mean, if Lungi, you ask me something, I ignore you, how does it feel? He's challenging me. And honestly, that's totally disrespectful. I mean, you got paid. What's the reason for you not coming on Monday?
Okay.
I mean, Faisal told me, Abdullah, I need to be based permanently at the office. Must I ignore him? I'm at the office every day. So honestly, it's not something where I like to sit with someone and waste half an hour in a hearing. But honestly, it's pure frustration, and I cannot work with someone like this being incompetent to do what is requested to do so.
Okay, not a problem. Bismarck, what's your response? Before Bismarck, you respond. Abdul, when did you give the instruction again? Which date was it?
I tell you now, let me get back into his chat. I gave him 2 times, 29th of April and the 1st of May.
29 April and 1st of May.
Yeah.
You gave him the instruction to come to the office. And when did you ask him to come?
The first one, I told him on the 29th, told him to report to the office. Wait one second, let me get to his chat. On the 29th, I said, did Tosif tell you to come to the office? He said, I think on Monday. That was last Monday. So I asked him why he never come. No response, no transportation. So if he had a transport issue, why didn't he communicate? Why to ask him why he's not at the office? Right? Then on the 1st, I gave him a reminder nicely. see you at the office on Monday. Bring the PC with. So he got paid a day before. So I don't understand. There can't be an issue of money, and nowhere did the company say you're going to be permanently working from the office. So on two occasions, I gave an instruction. Tosif gives an instruction. This is challenging me. It's challenging authority, ignoring instruction, and there's no communication from him. I must beg him to do what's the right thing to do.
Okay, not a problem. Bismarck, you've heard your management team. Please respond. What exactly is going on? What happened with those calls? Why have you not taken instructions given to you in 3 different occasions for 3 different days?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Firstly, I think they told me to report to the office. I think it's about a week or two now since they started asking me to come. So I think the first thing where everything started was on public holiday, which Joseph mentioned. Um, I think for the past days now, I've been working 7 days in a row. Yeah, because of the Ramadan. So I do work Monday to Sunday. Which when Tosif pulled out the report, I told him, Tosif, these days is going to be a problem for me because I mean 7 days or throughout it's going to be a bit tough for me to cope with. Then he said, okay, if that's the case, I should inform some of my colleagues to take, I mean some days off so they can work. So at the time where he told me, I mean the roster was already out.
Just a question, Bismarck. So you work 7 days a week. You don't get an off.
That is recently. I mean when the Ramadan started.
Okay. From when was this? Maybe give me a duration.
I will have to double check on the system. I think for about 2 weeks now. So yes.
Lungi, can I
Okay.
just say something?
Yeah. Is it regarding the 7 days?
Yes. So
Okay.
we were given this thing instruction by Faisal to approve for the overtime, right? Before making the roster for
Okay. Perfect. Bismarck, is what Tosi saying true?
It's alright. He informed me about the overtime. I quite can't remember the days and all that because I will have to double check on the system. But there is
You're saying he did inform you.
yes.
Why are you now saying it's a problem to work 7 days? And did you communicate this in advance so that they can make another plan?
I think for the previous month I wasn't informed. The roster was already I mean given out before I was informed. I think for last month I think.
No
The
problem, but did you say to the team, guys, I cannot do this, I'm too tired, can
y-
you rather give me my off days? Did you communicate that?
yes, I did. That was after the roster came out. I told to see this is too much. I can't. When I tried for
What
some,
was the response?
yeah, he
I got a comment only. He didn't work 2 weeks in a row. He worked this weekend. The weekend prior to this, he couldn't make it. He said he can't work. I then got Nikita to phone workers to cover up that Saturday and Sunday, as he said he will not manage. And to bear that, you can go look at stats. You can confirm with Nicholas as well. He was sitting there on duty, which of us. So when we said he couldn't manage the second week, we got workers to work for him. And that's going to be proved on the overtime that we submit to HR as well.
okay.
Bismarck, you're saying you were working 7 days for the past month. Abdul is saying
No, for the past weeks. For the past week, Lungi.
for the past month.
No week. I mean, the previous weeks that has passed. It's I think April or so.
Yeah, but you said for the past month. So which one is correct?
Okay, so with the over with
Abdul was correcting you saying for the past month, which I heard you saying, and that's why he was correcting you. Now you changed into no for the
no
past week.
Lungi. See,
So which one it is?
I've been given the opportunity to also give my part of the, but when I'm talking, they also talk. So I don't. Can I maybe finish?
No. Remember, we just need clarity before we, because you're raising a point and there's discrepancy on the point that you are raising. So
Okay.
we just need clarity on the point. For my stay, I'm asking. Remember, I'm hearing your side of the story, then I've corrected and said, no, that's true. I'm now
Okay.
asking to
Okay.
say which one of the two is correct.
With what Mr. Abdul is saying, with the part where I said I can't work, that was when I already informed Tosif that I can't. And then Tosif said, okay, if I can't, I should speak with my colleagues and give them some of. That was this, I think, a week ago. Then I actually made calls to my colleagues and then asked them if they can. I selected some days and proposed to them if they can assist me to cover this. So I think I got about five guys who are willing to cover for me some of the days. So if I'm working Saturday, the other guys will take Sunday. That's how I made. So even the previous week, I told Gabriel, okay, can you please help me take Saturday? Then I'll take Sunday.
Okay.
Yes. That was when I already informed Tosif that I can't do the whole 7 days. So with Tosif saying
I just want to know then. So, how long were you working for 7 days? Was it for a month, or was it for 2 weeks, or for how long?
I cannot tell how long, but I can only tell when I get to the computer to decide how many days I've.
Okay, Lungi, our fasting started on the 14th of April. Okay, so it's not more than 2 weeks ago. So this weekend that passed, Basma had work, right? The weekend before, Basma never worked. So yeah, the first middle weekend of the month in April, the third weekend in April you was off,
Yeah.
and this weekend passed you was on. So it
So
wasn't
it's
a month.
basically, yeah,
It's basically 1 week on, yet a week off, and on again, right?
it's alternative weekend.
Alternative, and we never pressurize it. So she gave the option of the overtime because we know when it's overtime applicable, it's not something we get all the time. It's extra money for the people, right? So the guys who normally work the extra mile all the time, we give them first option because when they in our tough time they help us. We just say, opportunity overtime should they want or they don't. Then we
Okay.
can't pass on to them.
Okay. Um.
No problem. Abdul, I think let's keep quiet and give Bismarck, let's leave him to finish. Then we'll ask him the questions after.
Okay. Thank you. So with what Mr. Abdul is saying, he's actually right. They don't force us to take the overtime, but this current one, the roster was already out before we were told that it's over. Normally, Tosif sends a message after we work that okay, this weekend you're not getting off. It's overtime. So it's got to a point where I sent Tosif a message. For how long would the overtime be? Then he said, okay, it's going to be after Ramadan. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So that's when
Okay,
later.
can I ask you to get to the point of so we've all agreed you don't work all the weekends, you are not forced, you work on an alternative
Okay,
weekend, we do
y-
communicate.
yes.
Can we talk about why we're here? So you're failing to obey, there are two things. You're failing to obey reasonable instructions to come to the office. After it came to light that you are taking less calls than what you should, so you're basically robbing the company because we pay you for those hours. So if you're working less, why are we paying you? So I just want to get to that to say, is what they are saying true regarding you not working as you should be? And that's the first thing regarding the calls. And then the second thing is why they've given you instructions 3 times from two different people from two different management levels. Why have you not followed that instruction?
Okay, so with regards to the CM working side, normally what happens is on weekend we decide whether to take groups or CM. So with the CM, sometimes we do experience problems in terms of connection and all that. So on that day, Tosif sent me a message that hey, there's a lot of CM queries, but I didn't see it on my side because I didn't refresh the system, and that was the only day Tosif sent me the message that there is queries on CM. For my whole life, I've been working in Hellopaisa. I don't leave queries hanging. That was the only day Tosif sent me a message. Why is there queries, too much queries on CM? But on my system, there was nothing until I refreshed it. Then I told Tosif, am I the only one working? Did you tell the other guys also the same thing? Because if I'm the only one working on that particular day, there wouldn't be so much queries at that point. So that point, there was a lot.
There were a lot of queries.
when I refreshed my system, that's where I saw that there were a lot of queries. Then I quickly took all of them. I was actually struggling to see if even assign some of the queries to me. And I finished all of them the same day when he told me that. That was the only mistake that happened on that particular Sunday. So since then, Tosif said, okay, take your system, come to the office. Mr. Abdul also sent me a message, take your system, just because of that day, that particular day. And Tosif can actually assure, he knows how I work. He knows.
So why did you not follow the instructions?
Okay, so with regards to the coming to the office, when Mr. Abdul asked me to come, I think a week ago, I wasn't having enough money, and I told him due to transportation. Then he said, okay, can you come on Monday? But since then, I haven't been feeling too good that day, and I wasn't able to respond to his message. So even when he sent that, I couldn't respond to him, but I've been working still from home.
Did you inform your managers that you're not well?
I did not inform anyone about it.
But then how do we prove that you are not well? Because when you are not well, you inform your manager, and that's a basic law. It's not even a law of the company, it's a law of the land, the legislature, that you inform your manager when you're sick.
Okay, so with the sickness myself, I wasn't quite sure until I started experiencing a bit of signs. So I consulted a doctor, and then he said no, I just need to isolate myself for a while. That's why I didn't actually go on and inform the leaders about it, because this is something that I didn't wanted to.
But then, as a result of you not informing them, you failed to obey a reasonable instruction of coming to the office or reporting to the office.
With that, I agree with that.
And what do you have to say regarding that?
Okay, so based on that, I know it's my fault, and I didn't in terms of communication, and I just listed I wasn't feeling that good. That's why I didn't. But I know I'm wrong. I was supposed to have informed them that, oh, this is what is happening to me, so I won't be able to report to the office.
Because then it means that you failed to obey a reasonable instruction, unfortunately. And what that means is that they are right to say that unfortunately you have to now be issued with a warning. Because if you fail to obey an unreasonable instruction, that's something else. Because we can't expect you to follow an unreasonable instruction. But after they saw that you had issues, they then decide to bring you to the office. They were even understanding. So you failed the first time, you didn't even communicate. Then only when Abdul advised you or asked you right to say, didn't Tosif advise you to come to the office? Only then you tell him about money. So in other words, you didn't even bother to inform Tosif. So you don't take Tosif serious. You disregard him. Because you could have told him, Tosif, I'm unable to come due to transport money. I will come once I have transport money. You didn't do that. Then Abdul has to follow up. And only after Abdul follows up that you then come back and say, now you were sick. So you don't follow the instruction, and only now you are saying you were sick and you didn't inform anyone. So we can't even believe your story that you were sick, because if you were sick and you didn't inform anyone, how do we know how authentic that statement is? So unfortunately, I mean, it was a reasonable instruction. They gave you the benefit of the doubt. So unfortunately, that's failure to obey a reasonable instruction. Or do you think what they were asking you was too much?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Pardon?
It wasn't too much. What do you asking?
So why did you disregard the instruction? Twice. And I'm saying twice because the first time you had a valid excuse of not having money, but I'm including that one because now that you have money, you're still not reporting to the office. So if there should have been a difference to say, if the issue was money, now that you have money, why did you not come?
Like I was mentioning, from the first time when they asked me, why I didn't report to the office, I wasn't still feeling proper, but I just used the matter of transport so I wouldn't tell them what is actually happening to me right now, because myself, I wasn't sure about what I was going through until I consulted the doctor, and he said I need to isolate for a while before I can. That's why I didn't wanted to go straight to the
went
point.
to the doctor?
Yes, I did.
Where's the doctor's note?
I actually don't have it at the moment, but I went there. But I didn't take a sick leave or anything. It was just on my spare
No
time.
problem. So can I do this?
Yes.
Saying that you're telling us for the first time that you were not well, you did go to the doctor.
Lungi, can I just add something, please?
No, before you add Tosif, Bismarck, I'll give you an opportunity now, Tosif. Bismarck, you're going to go to your doctor. You can email or you can call. Doctors are very flexible these days. Please get us that note because I want to validate your reasoning of not following the reasonable instruction. And let me tell you why. Failure to obey a reasonable instruction as per the disciplinary code of conduct is a final written warning because you are given an instruction that is lawful, an instruction that you can execute, an instruction that you should execute. In this case, you did not execute this. That's one. Two, there's a level of disregard to both managers because nowhere did you tell them that you were sick. You didn't tell Tosif that you didn't have money. Abdul had to follow up with you for him to know that you don't have money. So before I can issue this warning, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Can I get that sick note? When can I get it? Because I know that with doctors, as long as you've been to the doctor, they can send you that sick note within 48 hours. Because all you do is to call the reception, they then send you that sick note.
Yes, you're right.
And remember, we don't need to know the confidentiality of your illness. We don't need to know that. We just need a sick note stating that Bismarck was not feeling well from this day to that day. Because unfortunately, you will be issued with the final written warning. But before I can issue that warning, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Can I get the sick note?
No problem.
Okay. Tosif, you were saying?
Okay, Lungi, he was sick in April. I think the first or second week of April, where he had to be rushed to hospital and stuff like that. But we thought it was like a once-off thing, like you know when you get like sick and stuff, then you go to hospital and come back and you're feeling better and stuff. So even if he had to tell us that you know he was, I remember Abdul got a call from one of his friends that day to say that he was not feeling well and they had to rush him to hospital or something like that. And then I do remember messaging him after I think 2 days, like just like in a joking way, to say that like you know what's happening, does stuff like that. And then he responded, and I thought, okay, he's like fine, you know.
So Bismarck, why did you not actually then report that you were sick if the first time you did report?
Yeah, I can hear you. What I'm actually saying about the sickness part is I just didn't wanted to put it out there for it to look as if today I'm sick, tomorrow I'm sick and all that. That's why I just had to, do away with the issue of sickness and still work even though I wasn't feeling well.
Okay, no problem. So when can you get us the sick note?
I will have to drive there because I don't have any contact details. I will have to drive there and then.
You don't have to. You can Google the doctor. Don't you have your doctor's number?
I will have to. I remember I do have it. I will just have to scroll through my phone.
Yeah, they can send you an electronic sick note.
No problem. I'll
So
contact them.
please, can I have that sick note? Today's Tuesday, no later than Thursday.
Okay, no problem.
Guys, do you want to say anything or add anything?
For now, nothing.
Abdul, Tosi?
Nothing from my side, Lungi.
Okay. Abdul?
On my side is that you mentioned earlier on that the CM was, you never know, up and until you refreshed it. So for me, there's a point where it's a concern you're not checking your work. Because for me as a call center manager, I need to make sure my calls are coming in and make sure CRM is working. So if he had to refresh his work, his page on the CM, he would have picked up there is an issue. So for me, that also makes it more worse that there's no proactiveness, there's reactiveness, not checking what's happening. And the worst thing is that the fact that his work wasn't done, that's why we're sitting here. If his work was done, there wouldn't be no issue of bringing him back to the office. And I'm strongly suggesting that from next week, he be based at the office.
Bismarck, what do you have to say in response to what Abdul is requesting?
That's okay. I don't mind.
Okay, Abdul, for how long will he be based in the office? Is it for as long as he needs to? You advise him?
I will say for this month here, you'll be based at the office. Okay? Should his performance pick up, he'll go back home like how we done with Nazmo. Should the performance not pick up, he'll be based at the office until such time where he automatically picks up his performance.
Okay. Bismarck,
Yes.
any objections against you coming to the office from next week Monday, right, Abdul?
Yeah, so I'm giving more than enough time to prepare himself, and he must come with his PC to the office and the entire PC setup.
Bismarck, any objections, any questions?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, not a problem. So in terms of the warning, I think the warning will be determined by that sick note.
Yeah, that's
And
fair
the
enough.
duration
You
of-
can benefit of the doubt.
Yes, and the duration of the warning, it will all depend on the signal, because I still feel that the fact that it was not communicated, there's still a warning that's going to be issued, but in terms of how long the warning is going to be valid for, it depends on that signal. Because the reality is the sickness was not communicated, going to the doctor, not feeling well was not communicated, and there's also a level of disregard to instruction and to management. So unfortunately, those are things that you can't run away from, but the signal will just alleviate the duration. Usually a final failure to obey reasonable instruction and disregard is a final written warning. Due to the sick note, it might be a 6-month written warning, but let's see based on the sick note.
No problem.
Okay, thank you guys. So Bismarck, please send all of us an email, and then we'll take it from there.
No problem.
T, please just diarize this for all of us.
Okay.
Must send us a sick note by 4:30 on Thursday.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Right, thanks, Green.
Yes, so that's the whole point. I was working here as usual. I received a call from the HR saying all this sort of thing. I mean, but I don't blame the HR. I mean, if someone does not take the issue in front of the HR, he won't actually come to you and say this and this and that, because it starts from somewhere, which I don't blame the HR. I totally blame the leaders. So I always say, with Hellopaisa, man, it's not about the company. The company is okay. That I'm not gonna lie. The company is totally fine. The problem lies in the leaders. I mean, these leaders are fucked up. This is my channel, and I know I'm using strong words here. So if your child is watching, please, I think I'll give some few seconds to cover the eyes, or take your child, your daughter or your son, to the bedroom. So yeah, man, I mean, if you want to work in Paisa, it's all good. It's a nice company to work for. But if you are intending to work under the call center, because there are different departments and all that, if you want to go under the call center, you must get ready for heart attack, heartbreak, insults, trash talks, fucked up leaders. I mean, you must get ready for all this. This is what you're going to experience, man. I mean, for the past years, I've been ignoring, but now, it's enough now, man. It's enough, man. I mean, these are the little things that makes company to go down, man. In terms of payment, well, salary wise, they don't play. Month end, you get your cash, you're done. But besides that, you also need to give us peace of mind. It's not every now and then, hey, check CM, hey, check this, check that, but you can see the person is working. What are you trying to tell us? I mean, do you want us to know that, okay, you're a manager or something? We know. You don't have to be proving yourself with, hey, this, hey, that. I mean, come on, man. Sometimes, and I don't have the heart. I mean, I've even tried, man. I never thought I could actually stand pressure for this long. I never thought so. It's about 5 years now, man. And I mean, I think that's way enough. Serving a company for 5 years. I'm definitely sure if I was hustling on the street, I would have probably opened my own Hellopaisa. You would never know. People will be sending money through my company. Now I wasted my 5 years serving you guys, and you're still doing rubbish. I just hope there's a Paisa manager or Paisa leader watching this video. If there's any Paisa person watching this video, please, we need your comment and likes. You guys need to do something, or else, slowly but surely, that company is gonna fall. I'm not saying this because I left, but I'm saying this because, man, almost 98 or 99% of the staffs are not happy with the service. Besides even the workers, people outside are also complaining always. Reason is because, now I'm always going to blame the leaders. I'll always blame the leaders. I mean, but anyway, it is what it is, man. You can't put blames on people who are not even willing to change. If someone is not willing to change, I mean, that's how they were born. It's normal. It's attached to them. It's a family thing. There's nothing you can do that will change it. So I think in some ways, the people who are also above the leaders, I mean, they must also do their research. Check out this stuff. So are they happy? What's going on? Is everything okay here? Man, I know, I mean, Paisa, but they don't care about anyone. Especially if you're a black person. Nah, fuck you, man. They only care about their fellow brothers. And that's okay. I mean, that's your own preference. If you do, I mean, in this world, you're not going to get everyone who will like you. There will always be some people who will dislike you. But that doesn't mean you should mix that with work. Especially when you're a manager. You need to like all the stuff. Whether Nigerian, Cameroon, Zambia, Zimbabwe. As long as you're a manager. And that's where it leads me to always giving credit to the previous manager, which is Kasim. Kasim never, I mean, that man, I don't know how he did it. I don't know if he went to school for managing, but this man has a huge knowledge in managing people, especially in, man, the guy is good. The guy is good. I mean, man, like, Kasim wouldn't have handled issues the way these current ones are handling issues. But it's all good, man. I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to, but I just hope maybe one day, surely they find sense in my video and do something about this whole thing. Because if they don't, man, I see Paisa down the line somewhere 5 years or 6 years time. That company will no longer be a company. I'm probably sure it's going to be a flat. I'll rent a room there. So they really need to do something about it. It's not like I hate them or something, but sometimes in life you need to upgrade. If you feel like, oh, I'm not comfortable in this particular zone, you need to move. This is how you live longer, man. I mean, because they are feeding you with money, because they are paying you every month. So, you know, let them insult me, let them abuse me. I will be a slave. You will die before you get to 30. You will die quick. So yeah, sometimes in life you need to upgrade. You need to get to a certain level. You need to see, oh man, this is not a place I need to be. Let me just move. So like I said, I mean, if you want to work for Hellopaisa, it's all good, but just make sure that you either aiming for another position like IT, marketing, figure, whatsoever. But if you want to go to call center, man, you must just get ready for. I think you just have to buy yourself a pack of Panadol and Grandpa, because every week, every day you'll be experiencing headache. It's a normal thing. It's normal. Come on, headache. Every 3 hours you get it. These guys they will abuse you, my guy. So yeah, man. I'm not going to put this too long. They know what they did, and I know what they are doing, and I know everything. So this is not the time to be, punching on. It doesn't make sense, man. So if they are willing to change, that's cool. If they are not willing to change, that's fine. Finally, I'm happy I left. So I think the fun part is I'm now on my own. I'm now going to be doing freelancing. There's a whole lot that I'm planning to do, but I'm also going to need you guys, your support as well. Now that I'm on loan, which means I will get to produce more videos. You guys will get to watch more content 24 hours. Why? Just tell me whatever video you want. Even if it is piano harp, we will shoot it for you. So yes, guys, now there's different types of business that I'll be doing, but that I will be listing in the nearby future, not now, because I don't want to list my plans there. There are a lot of witchcraft watching. Hey, Baba, you never know. Some people, they just came to spy, but that's okay. They must keep spying. We need them also. So yes, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions based on this Paisa thingy, or even if you want to ask me more about, if you want me to go deeper of why I left and all that, that's cool. Like I said, I have my evidence. I have a whole lot of evidence about the managers, the leaders, the current guys, whoever, man. So if they want us to take this far, we can surely do that. But we passed that level, man. That's childish move. So yeah, I'm just going to end this video here. I think that's enough for today. If you are new on the channel, click on the subscribe button, like the video as well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Director, Phoebe.